Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us here on Up with KREM. I'm Channing Curtis.
Glad to have you here with us on this last day of 2021. I'm Tim Pham. So it's not just New Year's Eve, though. What is it, Channing?
That's right. It is the Sunball Day.
Let's go. Jeremy is saying let's go from home.
I know. You know he is. So get this. We actually have a countdown here on our screen that we'll be showing all day long. So get this. We are just hours away from kickoff for the Sun Bowl with the Washington State Cougs and the Central Michigan Chippewas.
So excited. And that's right. So the only place you can watch that game of the Cougs in the Sun Bowl is here on KREM 2. And just before the game, starting at 8 this morning, we'll have a Go Cougs Sun Bowl special instead of our second hour of CBS this morning.
But before we kick off all things Sun Bowl, let's talk a little bit about the weather because it is still very, very chilly across the inland Northwest this morning.
So let's head outside to meteorologist Thomas Patrick giving us a look at the forecast as we head into the weekend in a brand new year. Good morning, Thomas. Happy last day of 2021.
Yeah, good morning, Tim and Channing. I have, I got the Sun Bowl fever as well, and I have to say this just once. Man, El Paso weather sure seems really great right about now because we just got some fresh snow as of yesterday. It was about 2.5 inches here in Spokane, 6 inches of snow down in Pullman. So if you're venturing out into town, maybe there's a breakfast spot that you want to get your pregame on. Well, there's going to be a lot of shoveling being done and being heard in the Pullman region. Cold again, as you just saw. Actually, let me back that up to the wind chills. Now feels like 1 degree right now in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Feels like 0 out of Deer Park. The cold spot being the Omak area again at -5. Wind chills once again could be as low as 20 below 0 because the winds out of the Okanagan Valley are, well, they're straight out of the north, and really the winds do funnel through that valley quite frequently, especially when we have even just the slightest of northerly winds. We look at temperatures for the rest of the day today. Again, kind of wish we were in El Paso where it's going to be about 50 for the high. Got 15 here in Spokane, but at least a bit of sunshine later on today, but very, very cold heading into New Year's Eve. In fact, this could be the coldest weather of the entire week, the coldest weather of the entire year for that matter, possible in the waning hours and minutes of 2021. We'll show you just how cold we're going to get for our New Year's Eve plans, what to expect for those first days of 2022, all coming up in just a few minutes.
Now, you heard Thomas mentioning snow, and speaking of that, Spokane is in the middle of a full city snowplow right now. That means crews are working 24/7 until all the streets are clear. Some team members here this morning actually saw the city plows out on their way into work this morning. So let's take a look at the progress map at this hour.
Yeah, so right now you can see that there actually has been a lot of progress since we last checked in. Let's break down what the colors mean. The purple means that the city is working or monitoring these roads, and then red means that they are next, while green means complete. So you can see there are areas in the northern part of Spokane and on the South Hill where they have already completed. Meanwhile, blue means crews are working on those areas right now.
So just a reminder, if you park on neighborhood streets, that your car should be on the odd side of the street so that the plows can get through easily. Also, make sure that you're shoveling your sidewalks and maybe think about checking on your neighbors while it's so cold out just to see if they need any extra help.
Let's get you outside to take a live look now at road conditions across the inland Northwest. You are seeing some snow on the roadways. You can see this is downtown Spokane. You know, in downtown with all the shade from the buildings, a lot of that snow doesn't melt. So give crews plenty of time as they work to clear those roads. And again, we are tracking road conditions all morning long here on the show. We'll keep you updated right here on Up with KREM.
All right, we have been talking about this all week long, and the big day is finally here. We are less than 3 hours away from kickoff from the Sun Bowl, and you can only see it right here on KREM 2.
Yeah, it's been quite the roller coaster for this game because originally the Cougs were supposed to play the Miami Hurricanes. Then they had to drop out because of COVID. And then Central Michigan's bowl game got canceled for that same reason, which led them to El Paso for the Sun Bowl.
So KREM 2 sports director Brenna Green and sports reporter Travis Green are now down in El Paso right now with our Sun Bowl coverage this morning as the Cougs head coach Jake Dickert prepares for today's matchup. Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, good morning, guys. Last time you spoke with us, it was a little more dead around here, but now the Jumbotrons are on. We're closer to game time.
There we go.
But
one step closer.
I'm sure you can tell it's still chilly here by our attire. We actually had an employee here blame it on Miami. He said the last time the Hurricanes were here, obviously bad weather, and now today we got bad weather.
The last 2 times.
Last 2 times.
Last 2 times it
Yes.
snowed. Now we have the rain. So Mother Nature just didn't get the notice in the switch. I think, as you guys said, a crazy, crazy journey to this game. Jake Dickert had his final press conference yesterday, so here he is talking about this matchup.
Anyone that's really followed our story throughout the 2021 season, knows that this group, if any in the country, was equipped for this week.
It's been a journey, to say the least, for WSU's football team this year. A journey that ends today, but was almost ended prematurely by Miami's COVID problems, causing them to drop out of the Sun Bowl. Not even that uncertainty could phase this team.
After we kind of got the bad news, R.J. Stone raised his hand and said, "Coach, we still going to Topgolf?" Right? And everyone celebrates. They just love being around each other.
Miami's problems weren't WSU's only problems this week. Quarterback Jaden DeLora missed Wazoo's first practice in El Paso after his flight from Hawaii to Seattle was delayed due to snow, causing him to miss WSU's charter plane. There are no concerns, though, for Dickert about DeLora.
I think he can take this thing in stride, and he'll be ready to go. And his arm has some pop after a couple of days off, and he's ready to be himself. I'll say that.
The person Jaden will hand the ball off to in the backfield this game has also caught many by surprise. When Max Borghi opted out of the Sun Bowl a few weeks ago, it was seen as a huge opportunity for fellow senior running back Deion McIntosh. However, he didn't make the trip to El Paso for reasons unknown. That means redshirt junior Wisconsin transfer and third-string running back Nakia Watson, who has played sparingly this season, will take starting running back reps.
We knew he'd always take over the mantle in 2022. What an opportunity to propel him into that start. So he's ready. We were smiling and laughing about it on the field this morning, and I said, "You ready?" He said, "Coach, I was born for this. This is why I came here. It's just a game early."
Through it all, there has been no excuses for this WSU team in a season where they could have understandably made a lot of them.
There's a lot of teams that come to these things and want to participate, and there's a lot of teams that want to come and compete. We're a team that wants to come and compete.
Speaking of people missing from this team, there are going to be 2 offensive linemen gone. Abe Lucas preparing for the NFL draft. Liam Ryan got surgery at the end of the year. And then on top of it, cornerback Jalen Watson also opting out of this game. So we're going to see a lot of new faces for WSU out there.
And running backs. You don't have Max Borghi.
Yeah.
And Nakia Watson's going to wind up playing too. And he's only got 19 carries this season. So going to be a little bit of a different looking team, but hey, we got plenty more coverage for you here on KREM 2 going forward this morning, so stick around. We got a lot more for you. For now, reporting at the Sun Bowl, Travis Green, Brenna Green.
He got it right.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Redemption. Love it, you guys. Thanks so much. We'll check back in with you in just a little bit. So while the Cougs are down in El Paso, unfortunately a marching band could not join them, but the team will still hear classic Cougar football songs from the stands.
That's right. So the El Dorado High School band stepped up and they actually learned the music over their winter break, all just to make sure that the Cougs still had the fight song and their Jaws theme at the Sun Bowl as they take a big bite out of CMU. Take a listen.
Okay, Coug fans, I know you're up this morning. It's time to get your Jaws hands going. After the Coug fans saw this video on social media, it really just lit up. And many people were asking if there's a way to support the band program there. A lot of bands across the country, they need the support to make sure students have what they need. So if you want to make a donation to the band there, you can do so online or by mail.
So their PayPal is at the email that you see there on your screen or at EDHS20. You can also send a check addressed to the El Dorado Band Boosters to P.O. Box 961193 in El Paso, Texas. And all of this information is also on our website, KREM.com.
Oh, I love the Cougar spirit, you know, and there's something that's special about bands across the country. They all really support each other. WSU, you know, in the Apple Cup a few years ago, learned UW's fight song, which was unheard of, you know what I mean? So it's pretty cool that bands support each other across the country.
It is. That was so sweet of them.
Yeah, so let's talk about Cougar spirit, because we want to see your Cougar pride.
Yes.
So whether it's a throwback photo or whatever, we want to know.
Or a flag.
Or a flag. Wave that flag. Let us know. Show us how you're planning on celebrating this Sun Bowl Friday. Text us at the number 509-448-2000. Here's a throwback photo of me at Martin Stadium with Butch the Cougar, some of my fraternity brothers. But yeah, can you spot me?
Oh yeah, I can spot baby Tim. I can see baby Tim.
Yeah, we'd love to see your throwback photos. Text us right here and you might see it on the show.
That's right. No matter how you're showing your Coug spirit on this Sun Bowl Friday, we want to see it. We want to see, even if you're planning like a special meal, maybe to tailgate or something. Maybe you have a Sun Bowl breakfast ready, a Sun Bowl brunch.
Let's see the spread, because you know, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Absolutely.
It's a holiday. It's a holiday.
It's New Year's Eve.
Treat yourself.
Treat
Last
yourself.
day of the year. Diets start on Monday.
Man.
All right. So if you want to see all of our Sun Bowl coverage, we've made it easy for you to do so.
That's right. All you have to do is text WSU to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link with all of that information right to your phone.
And then don't forget, join us starting today at 8 a.m. for a pregame special leading into CBS's sports coverage of that game at 9 a.m. You can watch the game only here on KREM 2.
Tim's going to be leading chants through the newsroom throughout the day today. That much is for certain. One thing you need to know about today's weather, of course, quite cold yet again, but realize that it's going to be even colder as we head into New Year's Eve. So make sure you plan accordingly for that.
All right, it is time now for your wake-up call. We're saying it all morning long. It is Sun Bowl Day. The big day is finally here, and we want to see all your Coug spirit this morning here on Up with KREM. Show us how you're planning to watch the Sun Bowl today, or maybe what you're doing in preparation for the big game. All you have to do is text us those photos at 509-448-2000, or head on over to social media and use the hashtag #UpWithKREM.
But first, here's a live look outside. We say good morning to you, Inland Northwest. Happy Friday and happy New Year's Eve. Let us know where you're watching from. Grab a cup of coffee or tea or a mimosa.
You know?
Or Bloody Mary if you're watching the Coug game this morning, 5 o'clock somewhere. 5 a.m. maybe, 6 a.m. though here on a Friday morning. Glad you're with us.